Hey guys, welcome to another video. Today we'll be talking about what are the issues or what are the problems. Wow, that's a nice car. Okay, sorry. What are the issues and what are the problems that I face with the Continental GT 650, or what are the issues that you're going to face once you purchase the Continental GT 650. So without any further ado, let's start with the video. So the very first thing you're going to face is the finish. The build quality, the craftsmanship, it could have been better. I mean, whoever designed this bike, hats off to him. It's a wonderful bike. It's a cafe racer. It is retro looking. It's amazing bike, but they could have done better with the way the things are put together, especially the wires. See, there are many open wires and all. Under the engine there are many, under the tank there are many loose wires in the sense there's no enclosing for them. So that's the issue. They should have done better with enclosing the wires, covering up the wires. Not only that, especially these switches. Now these are, wow, that's the same car. Good modification is done. Okay, so these are the switches. These switches are much better than the previous model, but they could also use the switches that come in the Super Meteor. I mean, I love the switches. They're aluminum finish. They look great, they feel great. They could have gone with the same switches here, but they haven't. They went with these normal ones. I mean, they're not normal, but they could have done better with that. So that's one thing. The build quality, the finish. You're spending 4 lakh on a bike, you expect a certain level of finishing which you don't get. So that's one thing. The second thing is the gearing issue. I mean, when you're shifting from 3rd to 4th or 4th to 5th, especially this doesn't have a quick shifter. So there's no quick shifter or auto blip on this bike. So when you're shifting from 3rd to 4th, out of 10, 6 to 7 times it goes, not 6 to 7, that's a big number, 3 to 4 times it goes into false neutrals. And most of the time it happens when you're hyper riding or when you're maneuvering to traffic, and it becomes very irritating. And you have to pull in the clutch, push the gear again, or put the gear again and then again move on. So the false neutrals is quite often in this bike, and I have complained during the service. They said they rectified, but I don't think so. It occurs every time for me, especially when I'm hyper riding and I'm quick shifting. I don't use the gears when I'm clutch when I'm quick shifting. So that time, most probably that time it comes. Even when I'm using the clutch, when I'm shifting normally also it happens. So that's one issue, the false neutrals. And I don't think it's only with this bike, it's with all Royal Enfields. I've heard all Royal Enfield bikes have this issue of gearing. So that's one issue. The second thing are the brakes. Now don't get me wrong, the brakes are adequate enough for this bike, but they could give a better brakes, especially the back brake. Especially the back brake is very bad. Once I was cruising around 60 to 70 kilometers per hour in city, and suddenly a person just comes in between. And in India, right, just dividers, and they just come in between, and I had to slam the brakes and my back brake just failed. And that was pretty new. The bike is pretty new, it's just 6 months old, and the back brake failed. This happened twice with me. The second time I don't know when it happened, but it happened twice. I remember that very well. So yeah, twice the back brake failed with me. The front brake is adequate enough. I mean, it's punchy, it brakes in well. You feel the bite in the front brake, but the back brake you don't feel at all. And actually you get many alternatives for the front brake, like you get RCB, Raceboy, then you also get the Nissin. But the rare brakes, I don't know if you get alternatives, or I have not explored it, I'm not sure. But Royal Enfield has to work on their back brake, especially on this bike. It's a 650cc. People go good speeds on it. I've gone good speeds on it, and you need good brakes on this. So the next thing, I mean, I'm not going to count because I don't want to count, because then too many issues are there in the bike that I don't want to count and feel bad, because I love this bike. So I'm not going to count. I'm just going to keep telling the issues. If you face it, comment down below, or be ready to face these issues. Second thing is a gear rod issue. I have not faced it yet, but many Royal Enfield owners, especially many Continental GT owners, face this issue. That's because it's a very high torque engine, and the gear rod takes a lot of pressure, so you're going to face that issue one time or other in the future. I'm also going to face it, so I have to be ready for that. Then the next issue is I don't know if it's only in my bike or if it's all the bikes, especially my rear wheel at 120 130 kilometers. Oh shit, I should not have told that, because if my dad sees me going at that speed, he's gonna kill me. But never mind. When I go at 120 130 kilometers per hour, the back tire wobbles. I feel the back getting misbalanced or something. I don't know if it's only in my bike or if it's only with particular my model, or because I've gone from spoke to alloys, so is it not fixed properly? I don't know. If you're facing the same issue, let me know in the comments. The next issue I can't get, but actually there's one more issue I'm forgetting about it. The service, yeah, the service is okay, but you have to ask, or you have to research what are the best service centers in your area. This is a problem that every company faces, especially even the premium companies like Triumph and all face an issue where because of one service center, the whole company gets a bad name, a bad reputation, and unfortunately Royal Enfield is one of them. So I had to ask my relatives, my friends, my cousins who own a Royal Enfield. I had to ask them which is the best service center in Pune. They suggested me few. If you want, just comment down below. I'll let you know what are the good service centers. So yeah, that's one thing, service. And also, even though I'm going to a good service center, you don't feel that premiumness in your service, the premiumness in your service. You don't feel that. They just consider your bike as equal to any other bikes. They should, I don't know, they should or they should not. They should give a little more, how I would say, just more, I don't know what's the right word, I'm not getting the word. I mean, they should just take care of the bike better, which they don't. They just consider the bike any other bike like Bullet and all. So that's one problem. So yeah, these are problems that you will face with this bike. There might be more, there might be less, I'm not sure. These are problems that I'm facing. So with that said, I will see you in another video. Take care, bye bye. If you have any doubts, comment down below. There are many other videos that I've put on my channel. You can check out those also. Why you should spend 4 lakhs on this bike, what are the modifications that I've done on this bike. So everything is there. You can check out those also. So with that said, I'll see you in another video. Till then, take care, bye bye.